Hi friends, it's Miss Jamie and I'm so happy to see you today. Let's get started with our song from Miss Nancy. This week we're singing I Like to Make Music. Here she is.
Hello, Miss Jamie. Hello, virtual preschool friends. This week we are singing I Like to Make Music from The Seasons. I like to make music, yes I do. I like to make music with you. I like to make music, yes I do. I like to make music with you. I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. I like to make music, yes I do. I like to make music with you. I can pat my knees, pat, pat, pat. I can pat my knees, pat, pat, pat. And I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. I like to make music, yes I do. I like to make music with you. I can and I can pat my knees, pat, pat, pat. I can pat my knees, pat, pat, pat. And I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. I like to make music, yes I do. I like to make music with you. I can and I can and I can pat my knees, pat, pat, pat. I can pat my knees, pat, pat, pat. And I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. I can clap my hands, clap, clap, clap. I like to make music, yes I do. I like to make music with you. Thank you for singing I Like to Make Music with me. Now it's time to go back to Miss Jamie. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Miss Nancy. Should we wake up Betsy Blackbird? 1, 2, 3. Say, Betsy, where are you? Oh, Betsy, come on out. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. How are you? Hello, Betsy. How are you? Hello, Miss Jamie. How are you? We're so glad to see you. Here, here. We're all here. Here, here. We're all here. Here, here. We're all here. We're all here together. Yay! This week we're learning all about music and the different instrument families. We've talked about strings, woodwinds, and today we're going to learn about a new instrument family. And this instrument family is called brass. Can you say brass? Here's a picture of some brass instruments. There are many different types of brass instruments, but they have some things that are the same. Do you notice anything that's the same about these brass instruments? Do you see anything that looks the same? Yes, I hear somebody say they all have loops. Yes, do you see that? They all have these long valves. Yes. And what else is the same? Yes, they're all metal. You're right. Anything else that looks the same? Yep, they all have a big bell. You're right. Lots of things are the same about the brass instruments. To make noise or music on a brass instrument, you have to blow through the mouthpiece, and you change the way your mouth goes to make a different sound. Miss Jamie is not a brass player. You can also move a slide or press these valves to change the notes that the brass instrument plays. I have a brass instrument to show you, and we're going to look at the different parts of it. Miss Jamie does not play this one. This is called a horn, a French horn, and it's a circle. Do you see the shape of this horn is a circle? Up here at the top, there's a hole. Do you see that? And all brass instruments have to have a special mouthpiece. Each brass instrument has a different kind of mouthpiece that you have to put onto the instrument in order to play it. The French horn mouthpiece goes in this little case like this. It's tiny, and it looks like this. Do you see that? And you put it into the horn like that, and to make the noise, you have to buzz your lips. Watch. Can you do it? Can you make your lips go? Yeah, Miss Jamie's not very good at it. I'm used to playing a woodwind instrument. And you put this part right here on your lips like this. To play the horn. This one, the French horn, you have to put your hand inside the bell. Some of the other instruments, you put both hands on the top of the instrument. They're all a little bit different. And then to change the notes, you have to push the valves. Watch. Miss Jamie's not a very good brass player, but that is what a brass instrument looks like. The sound comes out of the bell. Do you see that? Yes, brass is different. Do you remember? Woodwinds had lots of keys and lots of holes, and the strings had strings, but the brass just have these valves that you push, and the brass players really have to listen and change the way that the sound goes through their lips to make different notes. Let's listen to some musicians who do know how to play the brass instruments, not like Miss Jamie, who does not know how to play the brass instrument very well. Would you like to listen to some musicians play their brass instruments? Today, we're going to listen to 4 musicians who know how to play the brass instruments, and they are going to play these songs. They're going to play the Itsy Bitsy, can you sing it? Spider, good, went up the water spout. One of the brass musicians is going to play Happy Birthday to You, good. One of the brass musicians is going to play Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Good. And one of the brass musicians is going to play this one. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. Will you listen to see if you can figure out which song the brass musicians are playing on their brass instruments? Here comes the first one. The first brass instrument we're going to listen to is the French horn, just like I showed you, but this is a real musician who knows how to play the French horn. Listen, turn your listening ears on to see which song the French horn is playing.
Hi, I'm going to play the French horn for you today.
Which song did you hear from the French horn? Were you singing along? Oh, wheels on the bus go round and round. Yes, did you hear? The French horn is playing the wheels on the bus. Good. Let's listen to another musician who can play a brass instrument. This time we're going to listen to the great big tuba. The tuba is the biggest brass instrument in the symphony. Let's listen, see which song the tuba is playing.
Hi everybody, I'm going to play a little part of a song for you on this instrument, and this instrument is called the tuba.
Could you tell which song was playing on the tuba? Were you doing it with the song? The itsy, yes, did you say it? The itsy bitsy spider. Good job. Our next brass instrument is a trumpet. Listen to the trumpet and see if you can figure out which song they're playing. Here's the trumpet.
Hey kids, I'm going to play the trumpet.
Which song do you think the trumpet was playing? Tell me. Yes! Were you singing along? Happy birthday to you. Yes, could you hear the notes that were playing happy birthday? Well done. And we have one more brass instrument. And this brass instrument is the trombone. Would you like to listen to see if you can figure out which song the trombone is playing?
Hi, Betsy and I are going to play a song. I'm going to play it on the trombone. Can you guess what song it is? What do you think?
What do you think? Which song was it? Do you know? Tell me. Old MacDonald had a farm. Yes, did you hear it? With an E-I-E-I-O. And that trombone musician was sitting in my chair. How did that happen? Well, that trombone musician lives here at my house. That one is my husband. He's the dad of all those kids that live here at my house, and he plays the trombone. And he still plays it. He played it when he was a kid, and now he's a grown-up, and he still plays the trombone in a band. So you can play an instrument when you're a kid and play it when you're an adult. Would you like to play a little game with some brass instruments? You did a great job listening to those songs and trying to figure out which song they were playing. Your listening ears are very smart. Maybe we should give our ears a kiss. Mwah! Ears, that was great listening. I have some pictures of brass instruments. Let's see if we can name them. Do you remember what this one is called that was playing Old MacDonald? It's called the trombone. Yep, it's a green trombone. And this is the one that was playing Happy Birthday. Do you remember what it's called? Trumpet. This one was playing the Itsy Bitsy Spider. It's the great big tuba. And the last one was playing Wheels on the Bus. This is the French horn. Yep. Let's say the brass instruments again. Say trombone, trumpet, tuba, French horn. Good. And I have them in blue. Say the instruments. Say trombone, Good. Trumpet. Tuba. French horn. Good. And in yellow, say the instruments again. Say trombone, trumpet, tuba, and French horn. Good. And in red, last one, trombone, trumpet, tuba, French horn. Good. The way that we have these brass instruments set up, the columns all have the same instrument. Trombone, 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 trombone. Trumpet, 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 trumpet. Tuba, 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 tuba. French horn, French horn, French horn, French horn, French horn. And the rows all have the same color. This first row, these are all green. The second row, they are all purple, blue, yellow, red. So if your brain can remember the pattern, I wonder what will happen if I take one away. Will you be able to remember which one is missing? No peeking. One of the brass instruments is missing. Can you figure out which one is missing? Yes. What color is it? Blue. Good. And which picture is it? Do you remember that? Blue tuba. You were right. It was the blue tuba that was missing. Should we try again? No peeking. One of the instruments, the brass instruments, is missing. Which one is missing? You found the spot. What color is it? Purple. And which instrument is it with the big slide? Woo. Trombone. The purple trombone. Well done. Again, you're good at this. No peeking. This is a hard one. I picked a hard one. Can you figure out which brass instrument is missing? Yep, right down there, you're right. What color is it? Yes, it's red. And which instrument is it? It's got the circle, it's red. Did you say red French horn? Oh, you're so smart. Well done. Should we do one more? Okay, this is the last time. No peeking. One of the instruments is missing. Can you figure out which one is missing? Oh yeah, it's way up there at the top. You're right. Which color is it? Green. Good. And which instrument is it? The green trumpet. Do, 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 do. Yes, you did it. You remembered all of those brass instruments. 2 kisses for your smart brain. 1, 2. Good job, brain. I'm going to read you a book today. It's a rhyming book, so maybe you'll hear some rhyming words. And it's also a little bit silly. It's called Never Play Music Right Next to the Zoo. What do you think would happen if you played music right next to the zoo? You think the animals will be bothered by it? Let's read and find out what happens. It's called Never Play Music Right Next to the Zoo. Here's the title page. The author is John Lithgow, and the illustrations are by Lisa Hernandez. So John Lithgow wrote the words, Lisa Hernandez made the pictures. I went to a concert when I was a lad, no older than many of you. I sat with my sister my mother, my dad, at a bandshell right next to the zoo. Doesn't look that happy about going to the concert, does he? Got a grumpy face. The soft summer air was so balmy and sweet, and the program was running so long that I found myself falling asleep in my seat despite all the music and song. See all the instruments at the concert? All at once the conductor erupted with rage. A band of wild animals was storming the stage. Oh, children, remember, whatever you do, never play music right next to the zoo. They'll burst from their cages, each beast and each bird desperate to play all the music they've heard. The lions and the elephants, the bears and the raccoons will steal away the trumpets, the flutes and bassoons. Do you see the lion trying to take the trumpet from the musician? Replace the musicians and chase them away, then they'll sit in the bandshell and play. The monkeys played fiddle, the bison played bass, the percussions were manned by the camel. The yak played the sax until red in the face, a surprisingly musical animal. You see the yak on the sax? The bonobo played oboe, the ferret the flute, the jackal attacked the bassoon. The hippo had chosen the tuba to toot by the light of the silvery moon. That's a brass instrument, isn't it? Siberian tigers, Mongolian goats, a superabundance of bestial notes. As the animal orchestra filled up the air with chaos, confusion, and clatter, the audience calmly continued to stare as if nothing at all was the matter. I trembled with terror, suppressing a scream, while my parents just sat there enraptured. Oh, how I wish it was only a dream and those creatures all safely recaptured. But since by the minute I'd grown less afraid, I decided to sit back and watch while they played. See all the animals having a concert in the bandshell right next to the zoo? They finished and each put his instrument down, then bowed and descended the stage. Each shed his tuxedo or evening gown and hurried back home to its cage. Then each reminisced, so grateful and glad, so full of contentment and pride. My mother, meanwhile, strolled away with my dad, but my sister remained by my side. He still looks like he's asleep, doesn't he? She's tickling him with a pink feather, maybe from the flamingo. She tugged on my sweater and spoke in my ear. You'd better wake up or we're leaving you here. Oh, children, remember whatever you may do, never play music right next to the zoo. They'll burst from their cages, each beast and each bird, desperate to play all the music they've heard. No, never play music right next to the zoo, and pay strict attention to rule number 2. Bear it in mind for the rest of your days. Don't fall asleep when an orchestra plays. Do you like that? Wouldn't it be fun to go to a concert right next to the zoo? For your home project today, you're going to be a little bit of a scientist. I'll show you how to do an experiment, and then you're going to have to try it at home and see if you can get this science experiment to work. To do the experiment, you need a bowl. Any old bowl is fine. And then cover it with plastic wrap. Do you have plastic wrap at your house, maybe in your kitchen? And what we're going to do is put some small, very light things on top of the plastic wrap. So I have some tissue paper from a birthday present, so I can tear little pieces of the tissue paper. They have to be pretty little to get this experiment to work, but you can try it and see if you can get it to work. So I'm going to put some little pieces of tissue paper on the bowl like that. And then I'm also going to put some little pom-poms to see if that will work. And maybe I will also sprinkle some ice cream sprinkles right on top of the bowl. Watch this. I'm going to move these things so we sprinkle it. Ooh. Okay, I put a lot of sprinkles there so you could really see it from far away. And what we're going to do is an experiment to see how the sound waves move through the air. So when we play music or make noise with our voice, it creates a sound wave. And it really looks like a wave up and down. If we play the sound wave really close to our experiment, you'll be able to see the things on top of this bowl vibrate from the sound waves. So I have some noise on my phone, and I'm going to play it really close to the bowl, and then see if you can notice if the things on top jump around. Ready? Can you see them jumping around? Let me see if I can get it a little bit closer so you can see. Watch again. See if you can see it. Could you see the sprinkles and the tissues moving around on top of the bowl? This would be a fun experiment. When we do an experiment, we try something and then try it again. So you might try with louder music, or maybe you might try to make your own music on a drum to see if you can get the things on top of the saran wrap to vibrate from the sound waves. Keep experimenting. That's what scientists do. They try something different, keep testing to see if they can get it. They can get the right answer, if they can get it to work. So keep testing and see if you can figure out how to get your little things to vibrate from the sound waves. I would love to see what you figure out. It's time for us to call Betsy back. 1, 2, 3. Say, Betsy, where are you? Come back. Hello, friends. Oh, I like the brass instruments. They are loud, right, Betsy? It's time for us to sing goodbye. Ready? Preschool time is over now, over now, over now. Preschool time is over now for another day. Wave goodbye to all of our friends, all of our friends, all of our friends. Wave goodbye to all of our friends. It's time to stay home and play. Hip, hip, hooray! Would you like to throw some birdseed? Betsy might put the birdseed on this bowl and try the experiment. Remember that I give you a play pack every day with lots of fun things you can do to keep learning after the video is over. Birdseed time! 1, 2, 3. Throw it here. Thank you for the birdseed. If you'd like to catch Betsy's kiss, hold your hand out. Catch it. Stick it to your cheek. Give yourself a big hug from Miss Jamie and Betsy. We liked learning about music with you today. We can't wait to see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye, friends.